Hey guys, so today I am super excited to share with you some new things from Sephora, but I'm doing it a little bit different. I decided that since all of these were just fun new makeup things, here and there I have used some of them together, and I thought, you know, instead of just showing it just like bam 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 like typical haul, I'm gonna just do it like a tutorial. I'm gonna actually demo these things and show you guys how they're working. So while in the tutorial you're gonna see everything, obviously, just to kind of give you an idea of what I got, I'm just gonna bam 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 it real quick and just kind of show you really quickly. So I picked up the Tartelette Tease, 6 colors, super gorgeous. I think that it's very typical to think like you can do a natural look, you can do, you know, light lid, crease, dark corner, whatever, you know, typical like what I would do. But I thought, you know, I'm just gonna go for it and do a darker look. I think that a palette like this is kind of a no-brainer anyways, but I just wanted to kind of show you that you could make these dark colors like really sexy, or these more natural toned colors really sexy and pretty. This Gwen Stefani palette, which I'm so in love with this blush palette. It is like, I think I mentioned later, it's like something I would put together myself. It looks like a custom palette that I put together myself. Love, we'll go into all this. I picked up a new foundation, the Nars Sheer Glow. So obsessed with this. When I first started my channel, I used this and love it, and I've been loving it actually with the Radiant Creamy Concealer, which may surprise some of you, but I'll show you how I'm using them together, and I really love them together. I'm also using something else with the Nars Sheer Glow, like I'm mixing something in with it, but I'll show you that in the video. I picked up some lashes, which I am really wearing some super dramatic ones. These are the Huda Mink lashes, and I'll give you the details on all those and everything. And these two, I picked up a couple of Sephora lashes as well. I used one palette that I've had that's not old, but it's not like from the new like haul or whatever. I'll show you everything that I used for my, you know, for my bronzer, my highlight, everything, all that kind of is in one palette, which is kind of fun. And then this lipstick, which I'm super obsessed with. My friend Jen told me about this, and I just absolutely love it. It is the Kat Von D Studded Kiss. It's the matte lipstick in Cathedral. And I have one of these Studded Kiss lipsticks in a more nude color, but this color is just so beautiful. So talking about a new mascara, just really fun, awesome things. I think all these products kind of came together to make a really fun look, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. So I'm gonna take you through every single thing that I used. It is a full face tutorial from the primer to the brows to the very end. So I'm gonna mention a lot more things than what I just showed you, but hopefully that'll kind of give you an idea of what we're doing. Again, everything's available at Sephora. I will link to everything below. So stick around if you want to see the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy it. I'm gonna start with my favorite Makeup Forever primer. This one is pink and it's brightening, and probably use a little too much, but I love it. Even if you do use a little too much, it's just so clean. Then starting with one of my new items, the Nars Sheer Glow, and I picked it up in the shade Gobi. Years back when I first started my channel, let me shake it a bit, I loved this stuff, and you guys may remember me using this all the time. And I probably went through about a couple bottles of it. Have not had it in a long time, and I'm really excited to have some again. Put some on the back of my hand. I'm going to mix a little of this Burberry Nude Radiance. You don't really need it with this because it's such a natural, like glowy, pretty foundation. But it's so pretty. That just makes everything look so nice. I'm using a beauty blender that's dampened, of course. The foundation's so pretty on its own, but adding that Burberry makes it just extra glowy. So next, I'm gonna do my concealer. I'm trying this Nars, this is in Vanilla. It is the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm using it just kind of really sheer. It looks like a lot, but that was just a little bit on the wand. And I'm just kind of shearing it out. Just kind of painting it on a little bit on my nose like that. And then use the same beauty blender and blend it in. Pull it on my brow bone. And then I'll go ahead and do my brows. I'm trying something new. I've had it in the past, but I don't think I had the right shade. It's the Hourglass Warm Blonde pencil. It's the arch pencil. It's one of those that's pretty fat. It's shaped like, it's kind of shaped, you know, like it comes into a little point. And this shade was always a little warm for me when my hair was darker, but it works now that my hair is lighter. See, I've been liking this. It's a bit softer. I haven't really been using setting powder lately, like a lot of it, but I have been using this, the Ethereal Light, the Hourglass powder. Just like, you know, it's very similar to what I always used to do with it, but I just kind of put a little bit there, a little there. So I don't put it everywhere because I don't feel like I need it everywhere. I'm gonna actually use this little Mercier caviar stick, and this is the Cocoa shade. We're gonna do a dark eye look. So I'm getting it really close to my lashes. Just blend it out with my finger. These are really soft, so they blend really, really easily. I just blended it up to my crease. I'm just making sure that that is really, really smooth. So I picked up the Tartelette Tease palette. You can do so much with it. These colors are perfect. This is like one of those colors that I just love so much. I mean, you can do so much with that. I'm gonna use this plummy brown called BFF. I'm starting at the lash line and I'm making it just super dark right there. And then I'm gonna take this Heartbreaker color and I'm gonna blend it about halfway up the brown and then into the crease. This is just gonna kind of soften the edge of the brown, and then we'll even layer a lighter color with that in a minute. And I'm gonna work this color just right along my lower lash line and then just kind of blend it in with your finger. And then I'm gonna layer this shimmery color called Crush right in the middle. You can take this color, this First Kiss, and kind of layer it right over the crease and kind of pull it up just slightly. That'll help kind of soften everything out. We can take this called Whisper, barely kind of feather that in, and it'll just lightly blend, but it'll just make it look a little more finished. So I'm darkening up the lash line with the Urban Decay Perversion. It's just always my just go-to black pencil liner. You know, I don't want anything like super precise. We can blend this out a little bit. And I'm just smudging that lightly. But if you want to really smudge it out, you can take a black shadow or a really dark brown. I'm actually going to take this Activist color that's in the Tartelette in Bloom palette to kind of keep with the whole little Tartelette theme. But you definitely can do the whole look just using this. Or if you have another dark shadow, but I just needed something tiny bit darker to layer over that liner. It's such a dark look, you didn't really need the liner, but since I'm gonna use false lashes, I really want that lash line to be super, super dark. So bottom line, if you love the Tartlet palettes, I'm becoming a convert. I'm really starting to enjoy them. I would say this little Tease palette is a must. I just really like it a lot. I'm gonna put on a little bit of mascara before I do my lashes, and I've been using this Marc Jacobs. This is also new. It's the, what's it called? It's the Velvet Noir. It's the volumizing one, and I love the way the brush is shaped. It's kind of similar to the Better Than Sex mascara, but the brush is even smaller, and I think it gives you more control and a little more volume. Still haven't done anything to like my face, so before I do my lashes, I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna use this palette. It's the Blush and Glow Trio by Laura Mercier. I really like this. I've talked about it before. It's just so great. I'm gonna use this bronze color and just lightly, just give like a really soft bronze, just to warm up my skin before I do any like contouring or anything like that. It's kind of like my step one contouring that I always do. I think that it's important to kind of warm up your skin. And I'm not like super careful with where it goes. It just kind of, it's like a typical like bronzing action. And the Ritual's just a little bit darker. So you can kind of take that a little more precise, like where you would contour, but it has kind of a nice natural rosiness to it, so it doesn't look gray or dead. It still kind of keeps your skin looking warm and pretty. So I kind of like to just layer those. They're really nice together. So I think that looks really nice and warm and healthy. I'm not gonna like go in and, it's a little warmer, but I like that. I'm not gonna go in and like do any extra contouring. I really like how it's looking. And then I'll use the highlight, and I'm using this Hourglass little strobing tool. And honestly, you could use a beauty blender, but I like how this one is flat, and this is what makes it different, is that it has that little flocked edge, because when you apply it like this, it's pretty intense, and you need that little edge, which just perfectly blurs it. It's just like a little velvety flocked edge. It blurs it without wiping it off. And if I were to have blended it into my beauty blender, it may have, you know, like with a clean side or something, it may have wiped it off a little. So I do think this is nice if you are into strobing. It's just like pretty perfect. Okay. I might add some blush at the very end, but we'll figure it out. I have 3 lashes that I picked up. I got 2 of the Sephora brand lashes, which I have never tried before, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I think I'm going to love these. I think these are going to be like my new favorites. They are called the Hipster. They're very fluttery. I love that. They're just very, very fluttery and pretty. Try to keep it from glaring. And then this is called the Celebrity. These I think are pretty popular. They aren't super long. But I picked up another pair of the Huda lashes because I have one pair that you guys have seen. Let's see, I'll show you. The Lanas. I have these. They are super thick, dramatic, beautiful. Actually, I've gotten a lot of wear out of those. They've held up really, really nicely. So I got the number 12 and the new, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me. I haven't seen it, the Faux Mink line. And these are called the Farrah number 12. And I just thought they were absolutely beautiful. I kind of can't resist. I really want to try the Sephora ones, but I've got to use these. I just really, really am curious to see what these are going to look like. Yeah, these are a little more expensive than regular lashes, but I get why, because they're so thick. Like, it's probably like 3, it feels like 3 pairs like stacked on top of each other. These are just like major, major drama, but I love it because it's a very dark look that we've done. And sometimes I feel like you really need some super dramatic lashes to pair with that so that your lashes don't get lost in all that dark color. Serious, serious drama, but I love it. If you have a hard time finding lashes that might be long enough for you, big enough for you, these are huge. So very, very fun when you're doing a really dark look like this. Okay, for my lips, I'm gonna use my new Lancome Natural Mauve lip liner. I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Cathedral Lipstick. This is also new. I love these. It's very thin, velvety, very matte. Feels almost like a liquid lipstick, but just, it's not sticky or anything. I really like it. I like it, but I'm gonna add a little bit of my Too Faced Melted Sugar just to the center to kind of just give it some depth. I always say this is such a must-have. I love it when you don't want that glossy look, but you want to give your lips a little bit of depth, whether you use liquid lipstick or regular lipstick. This is such a must-have. I'll do a little bit of blush, and I'm going to use the Gwen Stefani palette, which I just got, that is super pretty, honestly. It was not surprising, I think, because I did really like the eyeshadow palette, but it's surprising that there's so many, it's just a very good range of colors. You've got like this cool, pretty pink, this sort of pretty everyday, a little darker rosy color, a couple of like almost highlighter type products, like this golden color that you can really layer on top of your blush, a peach color, this beautiful tan. So I'm really into these. I'm definitely digging it. What color do I want to use? I'll use pink since I'm a little dark today, to kind of sweeten it up a little. So that is it, guys. I would 100% say that it is completely worth checking out. Pretty much everything that I mentioned. I wouldn't mention anything unless if I didn't like it. But this palette is just, like I said, it's like a go-to blush palette that you would almost create yourself. And for the price, I just think it's really nice. The colors actually show up. You don't have to like layer the heck out of them for them to work. They're just really nice colors, and I've been enjoying it. I'm very pleasantly surprised by that. And this little Tartlet palette, I think it's just a no-brainer. If you are a fan of the Tartlet palettes, I think you would love this. I love this so much more than the others. I just love this one. I know it's only 6 shades, but I feel like I can do so much with it. So pair some dark liner with it, you can get a look like this, and it's super easy. The lashes, if you wanted to tone it down a bit, because this is a very, I feel, it's a little bit of a, like, a dramatic look. You could use lashes that are a little more tame, and I cannot wait to try these. I really like, I tried this concealer before, and never like super bonded with it, but I like these together. I don't know if it's because they're both Nars and it's just kind of messing with my mind, and I think they, you know, they match and they go together. But I have been enjoying both of these together. I love that I've got my Sheer Glow foundation back in my life. So, and of course, everything else will be linked below. I could go on and on. So as always, thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Thank you for watching. I will link to everything below if you missed anything or if you're curious, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.